Cool and collected is not now. I tell you, this is definitely not what I'm used to. I'm used to always being on the other side of the camera, and it's just phenomenal to be here. And if you're wondering what this is, I'm originally from Hawaii, so this is traditional Hawaiian maili lei. So it's an honor to wear this. Kings in Hawaii wore this. So I feel like I'm part of the royalty that's in this room. Certainly the royalty that of other inductees that are in the Hall of Fame. So I'm certainly honored to be here and to accept this award. Growing up as a young boy in Hawaii, you would never really think about being able to be here. This was just something that I could never even imagine. We're out there in the middle of the ocean, and I would just read about television and things that are going on around technology. And the journey is really started because my family. You know, I was very lucky that I met and married my best friend and the love of my life. My wife Yvette is here, and she encouraged me to chase my dream. And so when the opportunity came up to leave the islands and join the Olympics, we took that, and my family with my son, daughter, my son Mark, my daughter Kirsty, my son Kurt, who's at home tonight watching on the stream, they came and they believed in us. You know, they believed in me. They gave me their trust and their support, and that allowed me to dig deep and really go after the technology and do what Mr. Agard and Steve Helmuth allowed me to do, to explore technologies and how we could take this newfangled thing, this bright, shiny object, and make it a part of the broadcast. You know, I really thank my colleagues at Turner, from David Levy, Lenny Daniels, Craig Barry, Scooter Vertino. They trusted me. They let me do what I wanted to do. They let me play with the technology. And without them, I could never have been as successful as I have been. You know, their trust in me and the people around me really allowed us to go the extra mile and take that departure from what was the normal everyday and explore new ways to use technology, new ways to understand what viewers were thinking of and how to implement it. Our partner broadcasters, from Patty Power at CBS and all the other, Mike Davis from Fox, when we talked about technology, they trusted us and the team that I had around me to go that extra mile and really explore the unexplored use of technologies. So to them, I'm deeply indebted to. And the crew and thousands of crew members that worked our shows to come every day, regardless of late flights, bad hotels, really terrible catering. It didn't matter. You gave your best effort every day, and for that, I will always be forever grateful. So my journey here is really just many twists and turns, and I really had the support and trust of the people, and how I did that was really just trying to understand what it is I could do to help them do their job. And in order for me to do that, I looked for lessons. I read books. I even read a lot of psychology reports, believe it or not. And so when I was thinking about the speech, I thought there's so many things that I want to say. So I don't really want to talk about my biography, because we can read that online. So I thought, okay, I'll talk about what it took for me to get from Hawaii to here. Because it really took a departure in the way that I approach things. And because of the support of my family and my colleagues, I could dive deep into things and really try to understand it. So I took the approach of, let me find out about everything outside technology. What we do here is really about people and stories. So what I looked at was trying to understand the human connection with the technology. So I did what any young technology guy would do. I went on the internet and started searching YouTube. So I actually came up with a couple with a few YouTube videos, and they're in particular they're TED conference videos, and I learned a lot from them, and it really helped me understand human behavior, what we do, why we react to things, how we make decisions, what it takes. We heard the word grit several times come up tonight. So I'm going to share with you some of these, some videos. So I'm just, being a tech guy, I have to do it off the phone, not the prompter. So first one is just understanding this changing world around us. It's really surprising how quickly things are changing, and it's changing at the point, it's so quick, you can't even write books about it. So I stumbled upon this video several years ago. It's by Eddie Obeng, and the name of it is Smart Failure for a Fast-Changing World. And it's a really great video. Eddie's just a phenomenal, very charismatic, high-energy guy. And he talks about how all this change has happened almost like it happened at midnight when we were all asleep. You work one day, you go to bed, you wake up the next day, you go to work, try the same thing, it's different, nothing works. What happened? Well, the world changed at midnight when you went to bed. So again, Eddie Obeng, Smart Failure for a Fast-Changing World. The next one I was thinking about was, why are decisions so hard to make? You know, we're faced with making decisions every day, right? We have, what do we do? What do we wear? So I started to want to understand what it is. And I stumbled upon this video. It's by Sheena Iyengar, and it's called The Art of Choice. And it's fascinating because she goes into the process of how we select choices. And in America, we think having 1,000 choices really works well for us. Believe me, it doesn't work that way. So the next one I thought about was, okay, how do we inspire people? How do we get people to really join us with their heart? You know, it's not just the mind, but they actually join us with their heart. And so searching the videos, I found Simon Sinek. And he goes, his video is How Great Leaders Inspire Action. And it's really about the connection. It's the relationship that you form with the person on a personal basis. And that's how you get people to trust you and believe in you and follow you. So the next one was motivation, because oftentimes it's hard for me to get motivated, believe it or not. So a video that I like in particular is Adam Grant. And the name of his video is The Surprising Habits of Original Thinkers. And what it is he talks about how original thinkers are not necessarily the first and most groundbreaking person to do it. What they are is the most adaptable person to do it. So that's another really interesting one. And then Dan Ariely, and his video is called Are We in Control of Our Own Decisions? It's fascinating. This one's really hilarious. I'm not going to be a spoiler, so when this is on video, and you can rewind this and get these videos and watch it yourself. And the final one I want to close with is Angela Lee Duckworth, and she was a teacher that actually went back to school and became a psychologist. And the name of her video is The Power of Passion and Perseverance, and the word grit is very resonant in her talk. And we heard about Phyllis's grit of breaking through and being the first and just exceeding all expectations and achieving that through grit. And Andrew goes in to talk about this. So it's just been fascinating, and I've been honored to have the responsibility of bringing these organizations along and achieving the great achievements that we've made in technology. Because technology is fun. For me, that's my playtime, my passion is to dig into these technologies and figure out what it is that we can do with it. And it's just an honor that I'm here joining all of the honorees that have been included into the Hall of Fame previously. I've looked up to many of them. I've been very fortunate to have worked with many of them as well. So thinking ahead to the next generation, I'm looking at what do we need to do and how do we get the young generation into our business. We hear about the shortages across the world, labor shortages. How do we entice people to come into this business? So that's my next mission, is to try to figure that out. So in closing, I have one quote that as I was trying to figure out what to talk about, it really struck me because it is exactly the challenges that I faced as a technology guy in a storytelling business. So the quote is by Arthur Schlesinger, who was a historian, a writer, a speechwriter for the Kennedys. And the quote is, science and technology revolutionize our lives, but memory, tradition, and myth frame our response. And it is so true. So thank you for this honor. It's really heartfelt from me and my family for the recognition. And I thank the SVG for allowing me to be part of this group. Thank you very much.